Hi, everyone, and welcome to our LSA team project on the pursuit of happiness. This will be presented by Trika, Emily, Shanika, Isabella, and Heidi, and we are the articulators. The film that we have chosen is The Pursuit of Happiness. This movie inspired our group project because it is based on a real life story of Chris Gardner, a resolute father who battles homelessness while trying to provide a better life for his son. The scene that we will focus on for this project features the main character, Chris, being interviewed for a single paid position at Dean Witter. Here is an overview of our linguistic analysis. We will be going over pragmatics, phonology, syntax, morphology, and semantics. Thank you. I hope you enjoy our presentation.
Pragmatics refers to context that is used to help the listener understand the deeper meaning hidden behind what a speaker said. It relies on the use of context, which is the surrounding situation when the speaker is talking, reference the connection between words and their representation in real life, pragmatic markers, which is the speaker's attitude, politeness, the speaker's emotional and social sense of self, and speech acts, which refers to whether someone is questioning, requesting, or stating something. The specific pragmatic example that was found within our scene was reference, which contains inference, presupposition, and anaphora. An inference refers to the information shared that makes a connection between what is said and what is meant. This is seen in the quote, "Polk station, the police station," since the listener is able to assume that when the speaker said polk, he was referring to police. To continue, presupposition, which is information the speaker assumes the listener knows, is used in the quote, "Jay, how many times have you seen Chris?" Here, the speaker assumed that everyone knows that Chris and Jay saw each other multiple times in the past. Finally, anaphora, which is a reference to the first time something was mentioned, has been seen in the quote, "Was he ever dressed like this?" This being Chris's unprofessional appearance. This shows anaphora since it refers to Chris's appearance, which was already addressed.
Hi, my name is Heidi, and I will be going over this section of our PowerPoint on phonology. Phonology is the study of the sound system of a language. In phonology, we use phonemes, for which are the smallest unit of the sound. For example, we are able to differentiate the sound of the letter P, P in pat versus B, B in bat. We use phonology in our everyday lives. We need phonology to know if we are pronouncing words correctly and when we even need to stress syllables when we speak. Now I will be sharing two phonological examples from the Dean Witter interview scene. The first one is a consonant cluster reduction. It's when Jay says, "I've been sitting here for the last half hour." Consonant cluster reduction is a group of two or more consonant sounds that occur together in a word without any vowels between them. So when Chris walks into the interview, he's so nervous that he says sitting as if he dropped the final sound, so it sounds like sit in. "I've been sitting here." And then the next one is a simulation. It's when one of the interviewers says back, "You'll let me know, Jay?" The process whereby a feature of one sound becomes part of another during speech production, the study of a language Yule. So the let me, the T in let blends with the following M in me when Jay is saying it sounded more like let me. You'll let me know? Thank you for listening to my phonological examples. Just remember, phonology is all around us.
Hello, my name is Trika, and today we will be going over syntax. Syntax is the structure and ordering of components within a sentence. Today, we will be focusing on structural ambiguity and lexical ambiguity, following the scene of when Chris Gardner has an interview with Dean Witter for a single paid position. In our first example, we will talk about structural ambiguity, which means having two or more possible meanings within a single sentence. The example focus today would be, "and I couldn't think of anything." This could have two possible meanings. Chris could not think of anything to say, or he could not think of the word anything, which focuses in on the two or more possible meanings within a single sentence for structural ambiguity. Lexical ambiguity, which means having two or more possible meanings within a single word. The phrase being used for an example today is "how many in the class." The word class can be taken in the context of a group of students or a category of something like a social class. In this example, the word class has two possible meanings, making it the perfect example for a lexical ambiguity.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Pena, and I will be speaking on morphology. Words are made up of morphemes, prefix plus base plus a suffix. What is morphology, you may ask? Morphology is the study of the structure of words and how they are formed. The scene that is being presented to you shows morphology is the main character, Chris Gardner, being interviewed for a single paid position at Dean Witter. Morphemes. There is two types of morphemes. We have free morpheme and bound morpheme. Morphology examines how words change to express grammatical features. Some examples from the interview scene where we can observe morphology include a discussion about Chris and what he is wearing. One line is, "Was he ever dressed like this?" The word dressed is an example of inflectional morphology. The root is dress, and the suffix ed indicates the past participle form. Additionally, the word was is a past tense form of be. Breakdown. The words are broken down into parts. It starts with free or bound morpheme, then it goes into lexical, functional, derivational, and inflectional. Then it goes into the nouns, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, and pronouns.
Semantics. Semantics is the branch of linguistics that studies meaning in language, how words, phrases, and sentences convey meaning. It focuses on the relationship between signs, like words or symbols, and what they stand for or represent in the world. There are a number of branches and sub-branches of semantics, including formal semantics, which studies the logical aspects of meaning, such as sense, reference, implication, and logical form; lexical semantics, which studies word meanings and word relations; and conceptual semantics, which studies the cognitive structure of meaning. In semantics, lexical relations describe how words are connected to each other in terms of meaning. These relationships help to understand vocabulary structure and how meaning is organized in the mind. The main types of lexical relations include synonymy, antonymy, hyponymy, hypernymy, polysemy, homonymy, meronymy, holonymy, homophony, and homography. Here are some examples of semantics in our movie, The Pursuit of Happyness, that we've chosen. There's a quote that shows where he says, "He must have had on some really nice pants." This implies humor and irony, showing how unexpected qualities can outweigh appearance. Another quote that is stated during this movie is where one of the characters says, "I know how to find the answer, and I will find the answer." This expresses determination and a promise of effort, not just a factual statement. They both have separate meanings behind it more than what it really says.
So, to conclude, throughout our analysis, we explored how the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, based on the interview scene of Chris Gardner, reflects key concepts from 5 areas of linguistics: pragmatics, phonology, syntax, morphology, and semantics. Language is more than words, it's how meaning, emotion, and connection are built. The Pursuit of Happiness shows how communication shapes our understanding of perseverance and human experience. Here is our reference slide. Thank you so much for watching our presentation, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we enjoyed making it.